Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be reacting to One Piece episodes 27 and 28. 2 episodes like usual. The last couple episodes have been pretty action-packed, and then the very last episode we watched had an intense past with Sanji and just kind of where he came from, and it's something I didn't really expect to that level, but something you guys let me know that I would have been insanely surprised if they showed something like that in the anime. I guess they had cut, but it's in the manga. Where Zeph, I guess, instead of his leg, him having to amputate his leg, he eats his leg to stay alive. And when I think about it, it kind of makes sense, because how the fuck did he live that long? If it wasn't, if it wasn't, how did he live that long? You know, but he's cooking and he's technically a cannibal. It's just I don't know. It threw like a whole different aspect into my thought process with him. It completely changed how I looked at him, and now I'm scarred. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button. Also, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/ajrich123 for full reactions and early releases. And let's go ahead and start. I mean, your entire ship is destroyed at this point anyway. True, he didn't harm them at all. Damn. Yes, but with the ship gone, it defeats the purpose of saving this. Okay, I guess that's kind of true if they really... Bit at odds here. Well, at least one of them technically doesn't want to hurt him. That laugh. Oh! That's what I was hoping he would do. I mean, he got helped, and he seemed like he really, appreciated it. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Does he have some type of, plan or something here? Yeah, he's a lot strong. I thought he was more like a peon. It's actually kind of surprising he was able to do that. Okay, so I guess he does want to fight. He says it so blunt. Luffy is so damn the bluntest. I mean, technically they had more. They still have more. Now he's being the one to, be patient. Ooh, 1v1s. Yeah, it's technically hard to gauge his strength yet. Like exact opposites. Yeah, I wonder how strong Gin is, because I mean, we did see him beat one of their strongest people in one hit, so. I think he has a little bit now. Kicks versus balls. Ooh, stick balls. I mean, if you can survive from being starved for a long time on an island, I think you can beat almost anything. Using the cigarette for help. Wow. Okay. Kind of equal in strength there. That's a double KO. Nobody wins in double KOs, but that kind of shows that they were very, very similar in strength. It was kind of interesting to see him actually be a lot stronger, because originally I thought the other guy was more like a peon, kind of lower on the food chain. But him being like pretty much, you know, Don Krieg's right-hand man, it seemed to be kind of a big strength difference. No one wins. Actually, Sanji looks more hurt than Gin. Sanji's like fought more than one person now, so he's at a disadvantage. Ooh. Yeah, let's just make it simple. Why not? Oh. Explosives are cheating. That's kind of true. Or, you know, poke your eyes out. Or eat your face. Oh, shit, that's a lot of blood loss. Surprising he can still get up. Gotta be a strategy you can use against him. Doesn't seem that fast. Oh, that's a broken leg. And he fights with his legs. Oh no. Ooh. Nobody can jump in because this is a man versus man fight, a 1v1. I don't think he would want anyone to jump in either, though. Technically, he owes him, though. He owes him his life. Like, can you really... Yeah, I mean, can you really kill him? Literally, he saved his life. It gives him, like... that he actually has some morals. When you're not helped ever and then somebody suddenly helps you, see, he's not used to being treated like that, and it kind of changed his mindset a little. Now, if it was Don Krieg, I think he's just absolutely heartless and probably wouldn't have done the same thing, but it was really surprising to me when I saw him go tell Don Krieg after this part. He didn't even want him to actually like hurt anybody on there. Just can't kill somebody that's saved you like that. I don't think Don Krieg is gonna accept it, though. He really is too heartless. No way. No way in hell. Yep. I think he's been fighting this the whole time. He's gonna take it like betrayal. He's gonna take it like betrayal and try and kill him now. Oh god. Toxic gas. Poison. All the things that Luffy hates. Yeah, I saw that one coming. He's somebody that doesn't forgive. Even with all that loyalty and everything, he doesn't... He even said he'd still be loyal to him. Oh, God. That's what, like, a dictatorship would make you think. Oh, God. Everybody bailed. Yeah, you have to respect Gin's loyalty, obviously, to Don Krieg. You know, he's part of his group. He was, you know, put up in a higher rank. He's obviously has this extreme loyalty, but I feel like, you know, it's more of, I don't want to say blind loyalty, but when you've been around or you've had somebody in charge for so long, and who knows how long he's worked for him, it can, you know, it's hard to, you know, to break that. And he feels like in his head, he probably feels like, hey, I am the one that, you know, I'm going against what he says. So I have to take my punishment. But in reality, you gotta kind of break from that, because nobody deserves to die like that, especially from a heartless guy like Don Krieg. Because I really like that Gin has a heart. Like, I was kind of fighting that the last couple episodes where it's like, oh, he's, you know, selling them out and he's going there, but oh, technically he's not wanting the, you know, he told you know, Don Krieg about the food, but he didn't want the restaurant or anybody there to get hurt at the same time. So I had thought after that point, I was like, oh, he's on their side. He's not, you know, maybe he'll, you know, join them, or at least not like fight. So when he started fighting Sanji, that kind of surprised me a little bit, but you know, it's like I said, it's out of loyalty, and Sanji and him were pretty equal in strength. I mean, I think Sanji might have had the upper hand if he hadn't just been in a fight. But I like how he actually had feelings, and when it, you know, push came to shove, when he actually needed to kill, you know, he was supposed to kill Sanji, he just couldn't do it. I mean, somebody that literally saves your life like that can really kind of change your, you know, change your thinking and change the way you look at somebody. Kind of, you know, the same way that Sanji saw Zeph. I mean, Zeph saved his life, gave him the food to survive, gave him all the food to survive, and it's kind of, you can kind of see the similarities between the two there. But anyway, let's start the next one. Ooh. That is a lot of gas. Gas. I was thinking gas and mask. So I'm seeing a little trend with some of the pirate, you know, captains. They don't necessarily think about their crew, especially when they're backed into a corner. Ooh. Oh no. Damn. Yep, he felt like he was kind of... Well, this is the exact formula to piss off Luffy. He doesn't deserve that. That's a bad way to suffer. And he doesn't even give a shit. Someone that can laugh, someone with that type of loyalty, you can just laugh that. That makes sense why he was even starving in the first place. Probably the most loyal of their crew. It might work the same way. You might as well try something. Yeah, he doesn't deserve to die. And until that point. Yep. Oh my god. That's bullshit. He fucking punched through the spikes. Yup, Luffy's in a I don't give a fuck mode right now. Yeah. You gotta love that about him, though. He gets mad for the right reasons. Ooh. I mean, technically, he would have lost earlier if they actually had fought against the other guy. Ooh. All that talk he had, though, and he could knock him out, and Luffy knocks him out with one punch. You gotta admire his guts and willpower. No, he's just Luffy. I'm starting to expect that style from him, and just the way he acts. How can you not like him, though? Hopefully this is enough for him. I really don't want him to die. Calling his food poison. Yeah, you might want to save him and not argue. I mean, if he was dead, he wouldn't talk. Or move. I mean, he's not... Krieg isn't dead, but he's definitely knocked out. Ooh. Or not? He's definitely hurt, though. I wouldn't expect any less from this guy, though. Trying to take any cheap shot you can. Yeah, they're not used to that. I'm surprised they're acting like that when they just saw somebody, like, ridiculously strong. So desperate you're gonna destroy what you're standing on. It's got so many weapons. Literally anything it touches explodes. And then he's at a major disadvantage in all these fights because he can't fall in the water. Luffy's always at a disadvantage for the most part. If he's trying to, you know, he's gonna be in the sea all the time. Because Don has a lot of strength, it's... Jesus Christ, 1 ton. The strength in this show is kind of crazy when you think about it. Something with 1 ton like that. Now he's just playing around. Damn. Which Luffy completely is. But how many explosive hits can you take? That's the question. I swear, Luffy is like the master of like standing up after getting hit. 1 hit on like on that boat with that man, it's just gonna be destroyed in a heartbeat. Like seriously, it's barely holding on. Or reminds him maybe of his former self. It seemed like he might have been a little bit like Don Krieg. A little bit, but obviously had a bigger heart. Looks like he's doing a little bit better. You are obviously not the strongest man, though. You already saw somebody stronger than you. That's all just ego. Oh. Only 5? This fight is dragging into kind of dragging out a bit, but like I feel like Luffy is not at 100%, mostly because he's one around like kind of in a weird spot where he could fall in the water easily. So anytime he's fighting in a spot like this, I would think he would always be at a disadvantage, unfortunately. But it just seemed like he was kind of messing around, playing around. But then after what he was doing to somebody that's so Don Krieg was doing to somebody that's so loyal to him and not giving a shit and throwing that gas, and then even when he's literally dying on the floor and he just doesn't care at all. Anytime that's happened, that's how you set off Luffy. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. And it made him actually go serious. But Don Krieg is like pulling out every single weapon known to mankind. Like where he's hiding all these weapons are literally a part of him, in him. It's like, holy shit, that's so many. But I'm noticing, like I said earlier, I was kind of noticing a trend in some of these captains. And even when we saw Zeph in that flashback, he kind of had that same mentality of kind of being heartless, ruthless. But then we saw him, I think he just kind of changed once he saw somebody that had something similar to him. And with Don Krieg, it's not that at all. The guy's just plain heartless. Even when he sees loyalty to that degree, even when he's saying that, I'm still loyal to you. I can't kill this person, but I'm still loyal to you. He doesn't care, and that's how someone will never change. And that's why I don't feel bad at all with Don Krieg, getting his butt kicked like this. It's kind of it was just kind of sad when you see that type of loyalty. You're obviously following the wrong person, because you can't, even when somebody's higher than you in a rank or in anything, and even in real life, when someone's higher than you and when you're showing loyalty to that degree to somebody, and they don't at least give you the common courtesy of respecting that and or showing some type of appreciation. Even some of the most heartless people will at least like show a little appreciation, but he does not, obviously he doesn't care. He sees any type of any type of betrayal, like if you don't do what he says, any type of betrayal, he doesn't care. But even when his crew was doing everything in their part to help them, like he didn't care. He's throwing out the gas, he's throwing out that gas where anybody can get hurt. And we're seriously, all those captains seem just, I don't know, seem to just not care. But we've also seen, obviously, people that Luffy respects. We've seen that there is not necessarily bad. Not every pirate captain is bad, but the ones that they run into, the ones we've ran into so far, have been like particularly heartless, not caring about their crew and just kind of. I thought it was different because he went and he wanted to feed them, obviously, right? But man, when you just fed them to get back up and then you're just going to throw this gas out where you could hurt them. I don't know. I don't respect somebody like that. But it's looking like Luffy has the upper hand here, which is good. So I'm sure he'll, like I said, I don't think he's fighting at 100%. So I think he's going to be able to win this. But anyway, good episodes. I love the loyalty. I love the somebody, I love that they remember when somebody remembers, when somebody's like actually helping you out and then you remember it, you should pay them back at some point. And that was really what he was doing for Sanji. There was more of like a life for a life. I'm not going to kill this person that saved me. And I liked that being kind of thrown back. That was nice and refreshing there. I liked it. But anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ajrich123 for full reactions and early releases. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.